This is the plaintiff, Sheila Williams. She says she was getting her mother's mail one day when one of the defendant's vicious Rottweilers grabbed her precious Maltese Sebastian in his mouth and started running away with him. He was injured something awful. Her finger got bitten in the melee, and the defendant now has the nerve to claim the Rottweiler's not his. The guy breeds them in his backyard. She got a report from the health department about the Rottweiler, and lo and behold, the owner is registered as being the defendant's. She's suing for $5,000 for all she's out. This is the defendant, Willie Wiggins. He says, 1, there's no way his dogs could jump an 8-foot fence to get out of his kennel. 2, all his dogs were in his yard at the time of the attack. And 3, just because some of the neighbors say it was his dog doesn't make it so. He's accused of a doggone nightmare.
Okay, Sheila Williams, you are suing Willie Wiggins for $5,000 in damages, medical bills, and pain and suffering that you say that you incurred as a result of his Rottweiler getting loose and biting and almost killing your dog, according to you.
Yes.
What happened?
On May 19, I was going to my mom's house to pick up mail for her. And you know my usual routine, my cousin and I, we go together.
Is this your cousin?
This is my cousin Vincent.
Okay.
And
so he was there that day too?
Yes, he was there that day.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got out the van, and when I got out the van, of course Vincent always takes Sebastian and go walk. And
Was Sebastian on a leash?
Always.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was standing talking to my neighbor. Vincent walked Sebastian to the corner, around the corner, and I'm kind of real attentive with Sebastian because he's like my baby.
What kind of dog is Sebastian?
He's a Maltese.
Do you have a picture of Sebastian?
Yes, yes, yeah. If you can show all of those. Okay. And so I'm very attentive to Sebastian when somebody else have him. And the other
Very
picture,
cute dog.
And the other pictures
the
that
dog
you
goes
see.
on, your cousin has a dog, and what
Yeah, he
happens?
goes to the corner. So I'm talking to the neighbor like right here, and I happen to see Vincent pull Sebastian up in the air.
What happened?
By a leash.
When I was walking him, I felt something walking behind me. So I turned, and the Rottweiler was just walking. So I grabbed
He's got that
Sebastian,
look?
picked him up. No, when I turned, I seen him.
Right.
And I picked him up.
And the Rottweiler's not on a leash?
No, he wasn't
And there's
on a
no
leash.
human around the Rottweiler?
No, ma'am.
So you pick up the dog.
Yeah, I picked up the dog, so the Rottweiler jumped up and grabbed Sebastian and pushed me. And so Sebastian jumped out my arms. So the Rottweiler grabbed him and started running with him.
Oh, like Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And with in his mouth. And then what happened?
And then I kept on trying to run and catch him, the Rottweiler. So
Right.
I kept on throwing my bag at him.
Is anybody helping you?
No.
You hadn't realized it yet?
No. And when I look, I said, oh my God, I just quickly just grabbed this pocketbook I had, running down the street, swinging my bag, screaming. I heard Vincent say, he got Sebastian. Finally, again, we run around the circle, just him and I, all the neighbors on the block watching.
They're watching? Nobody's coming to help?
No. They was all watching. I guess they was afraid, I guess.
Right.
Finally, the dog came near the sidewalk, and he dropped Sebastian pretty much right a house before his. And when he dropped him right there, I reached down to pick Sebastian up. And when I went down to pick Sebastian up, he's on his back squirming and so forth. And he nipped my finger. And at that time, the dog started coming toward me again, and so Vincent ran and kicked the dog. And that kind of distracted him. And then one of the neighbors across the street said, come in my yard, come in my yard.
You take the dog to the vet.
Right.
You have vet bills in the amount of what?
What's that, $2,114.
There was surgery. What did they have to do? Let me see your vet bills.
Oh, okay. And after all of that,
How did you find out who the dog belonged to?
Because when the dog was running behind Sebastian and everything ended, and the lady told me to come in her yard, the neighbors that was across the street, they were saying to me, "That's Junior's dog. That's Junior's dog." Yeah, it does make you sick. When the ladies across the street, they kept saying, the neighbors kept saying, "That's Junior's dog." Junior's dog.
The neighbors recognize it as Junior's dog.
Yeah, so
your
I asked
nickname
them,
is Junior, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So anyway, go on.
I went to the house, and when I went to the house, the lady answered the door, said that he wasn't there. I asked for him. I told her that he attacked my dog.
Where's the Rottweiler at this point?
I don't know where he went running off to. I didn't see him
What
no
did
more.
she say? Oh, yeah,
So
one of
I
our dogs
said
is
to her,
missing. What did she say?
She said, well, how do you know it was our dog?
How do you find him to talk to him?
Because I think maybe like 2 days later, he called me.
Okay.
I was
All right,
shocked.
so you had given your number, and then he calls you. And then his basic message to you is, the Inspector Clouseau defense, that's not to my dog. I did not, that's not my
Well,
dog. You don't know it's my dog. My dogs are all present and accounted for.
He says, not my dog. He said, because he says, I don't have a male dog. He said, and all my dogs have chips. And I said, well, I don't know what kind of dog it was. I don't know if it was a male or female.
Mr. Wiggins, what's going on?
Okay, ma'am. On the day that it happened, I was in Florida. When I came in, the person she had spoke to was my sister. Yes, I do have Rottweilers.
How many Rottweilers?
I have a total of 4, but 3 pretty much stay in my kennel. Normally when one
The fourth roams the neighborhood?
No. Well,
Okay, where's the
No,
fourth?
I mean, normally, like, I have 4, but normally, like, if one goes in heat, the female always goes to the male. So basically, if I have one in heat,
So
I'm
you
gonna do
have
a
one
breeding.
male and 3 females?
No. I have all females. I just take my
4
females
females.
to the male for breeding.
It's real simple. Someone knows that their dog got out.
Yes.
Okay? So somebody, it may not be you because you were in Florida, but you had to have had a conversation with your sister.
Before she actually spoke to my sister, my son was the one that went back there with the police.
Do you
And,
have a police report?
No, they didn't.
Do you have a police report?
Yes.
Can I see it?
Yes.
So the police knock on the door.
They called me up in Florida. So I told my son to go out there and let me know which dog had gotten out, because it's been known that, you know, my dogs would get out.
Your dogs have gotten out.
Yes. What it is I have the fencing I have back there, there's 2 types of locks on it.
So how have your dogs gotten out?
Well, no, my dog hadn't gotten out that day.
No.
What it is
How have your dogs gotten out in the past?
Oh, yes. What I'm saying, I have a 9-year-old daughter that goes back there with her friends. They play with the dogs and the puppies and things like that. Well, a lot of times she don't know how to put the chain piece on. So those 2 gates, she will probably just latch it over.
Mm-hmm.
So when they leave, my dogs will just take the nose and unlatch it. And then, you know,
Okay, how many times did that happen?
quite a few times during the summertime.
Why would it happen quite a few times, Mr. Wiggins? Why aren't you a responsible Rottweiler owner?
Well, I mean,
Because,
Well, when I say
the
quite a
problem
few
that you're
times
having here
is-
today is that sometimes when it walks like a duck, looks like a duck, and quacks like a duck,
yes.
it's a duck.
But this duck is not my duck.
No, because I'm having some difficulty. Let me ask you a question. Did the police confiscate the roaming dog?
Yes, they did. The
Okay, and then
EMT.
who claimed that dog?
I have no idea. I went down
Your
to
Honor.
the
Go
Brooklyn
ahead,
shelter.
answer
Your
me.
Honor, Investigator Harris came to me. We went down to the animal shelter, the animal control on Linden, which is in Brooklyn. We went there, and they had an officer in front of me, and they said, okay, all I want you to do is just walk in front of the cage and stop. And I kept telling them, I don't even have a male, but I was just trying to clear my name. I even told her that, listen, I sold dogs in the neighborhood, and I know other people that have dogs, and maybe male Rottweilers too.
Okay,
But-
so then you go to the shelter.
And they wanted me.
And they said to you, walk by the cage.
They just
because
wanted- they
they
said,
wanted
"We're
to
gonna
see the
want you to
reaction
stand-"
of the
Exactly.
dog to see if the dog recognized you.
Exactly. I walked behind the officer. I stopped in front of the cage, looked. The dog was in the corner, just looked up, whatever, and just stayed there.
Do you have the name and phone number of the officer?
Was Mr. Harris animal? There's only one animal control in Brooklyn, so.
I thought it was a female animal
The
control
day when
officer.
it happened, it so happened was an animal control officer that was driving by, and he stopped. It was a man. His name was Kevin Sexton. He came and told me that the police captured the dog, called him an EMC, and they found the dog in the back where he lived. And
In his yard?
In the back of his
Okay,
yard.
first of all, you've
Oh,
never
my-
said that, and that's not in the police report. What is your evidence it's his dog? I got to get the proof, which if you're telling me that I'm going to talk to Sexton, and Sexton's going to say that the animal was found trying to get into his backyard, that's really good for you. And if you're telling me that Mr. Harris is going to testify that you walked right by and that the dog had absolutely no inkling of recognition of you, that would be good for you. Fascinating. Court is in recess, folks.
All rise.
Are Rottweilers aggressive dogs by nature?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Are they really? Are they? I think they're sweet dogs, actually.
I don't think so. It depends on who's training them.
Yeah, see, pit bulls, I think, are aggressive. Rottweilers can be sweet dogs. Go inside the courtroom.
Thank you for being patient.
Yes.
And I hope you understand that I have gone through Herculean efforts to try to reach either of those parties.
Yeah.
And nothing worked. So I've made a public records request. There will be a time in the next 72 hours where I'm going to get my answer on my public records request. But unless you guys want to move in for 72 hours, I'm going to make an interim ruling now, which can change depending on what happens there. All right, here's where we are, folks. A dog that has been penned and sees its owner is going to go nuts when it sees and smells his owner. Now, my only reservation is that I want to know that this is not just his flapping gums. So that's why I've been trying so hard to get somebody to corroborate that part. But I got to tell you, if I got to make a call, I believe him, because that is such an intricate story for somebody to have made up, knowing that I could verify it or not. The thing that I hate about you is that you're the kind of guy whose Rottweilers get out more than once. Really? Really? They got to get out more than once for you to learn a lesson? By the way, it was a school day, right?
Yeah.
Right. Your daughter wasn't home, right?
No.
Okay. How's the dog doing now?
Sebastian's doing better, much better.
Good, good. Here's what's going to happen. Based on what I have explained to you, I cannot rule in your favor. But I'm going to wait for that public records response.
Okay.
And if I find out that you picked up that dog, I am going to slam you like you have never been slammed before.
I didn't do it.
I am going to head to Brooklyn and pick you up myself for the slamming, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we are going to wait for that to see.
Can I
Good
get
luck,
the other
folks.
papers?
Well, the ruling could change, but for now, the plaintiff comes out on the losing end of this case. You understand the judge's ruling?
I understand it, yeah, I understand.
You cool with it? For the moment?
For the moment, I guess. What can I say?
All right, and if it changes and she goes out to Brooklyn to slam him, you want to go with her and do some slamming?
No, I don't want to slam. I just want him to do what he's supposed to do, that's all.
All right, well, what was that moment like when you saw Sebastian?
Don't make me relive it. I was sick. I was miserable. It was horrible.
This guy was pretty heroic, huh?
Yes, he was. That's
Okay.
my little partner.
All right, well, head right this way. Good luck to Sebastian and to you. And all right, come on in here. You don't want to get that judge angry at you.
Oh, no, I don't. Definitely not.
You worried?
No, because it's not my dog. Like I told her that I was willing to give her information of the other local Rottweiler kennels that's near me. That's
You
in
know whose dog.
competition.
If it wasn't your dog, you know whose it was, don't you?
Well, I told her on the phone that I can give her an idea possibly who dog it is, but she never called me back. So that's why I was coming in here confident, knowing that nothing would happen because it wasn't my dog.
And
And I only have females. And the thing is, why
you
would
know
I
whose
pay?
it is. You know whose it is. Harvey?
So this is kind of a sad ending, but we found out that nobody claimed the dog, and the dog was eventually euthanized. So the verdict stands. We will see you next time.